Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we will test if you really need a full frame camera to take good Astro photos or if you can do the same with an APS-C camera. We compare the Astro modified A7 with the Sony 24mm f1.4 G Master against the A6400 with the Sigma 16mm f1.4 contemporary. The Sigma 16mm offers 24mm converted to full frame, so it is comparable. I was on La Palma and I took photos with both systems, which we will take a look at the moment and compare against each other. Let's start with the test. Okay, let's start with the first comparison. You see here on the left side always the full frame picture and on the right side the APS-C picture. Unfortunately, I didn't take both images at the same day. Therefore, the angle of view is a little bit different and the scenario as well. But I think for this test it's enough to show you the difference between full frame and APS-C on Astro. Here you see it. I shoot the left picture with my Sony A7 Astro modified. I've used the 24mm f1.4 G Master. I've used an ISO of 2000 and f1.6, and I've used also 50 seconds. And on the right side, you see it, I've shoot this picture with my A6100, the Sigma 60mm f1.4. I've used here also an aperture of 1.4, also 50 seconds, and an ISO of 1250. And you see both images looks very good. But in the full frame, the Milky Way pops a little more out here. Let's go on 50% to see it a little bit better. Let's go on the Milky Way core. And it looks much sharper on full frame, but only if you zoom in. And the stars on both images are also good. The Sigma is also a very good lens for astrophotography. On APS-C, the stars are round, but not pin sharp here. And also you see in APS-C a little bit more noise here on the foreground. The full frame picture here is a little bit crispier. If you don't compare these to each other, APS-C makes also a great job. Here another picture comparison with rocks in the foreground and the Milky Way in the background. You see the full frame Milky Way pops a little bit more out. But of course, this is not a fair comparison. I've used here an Astro modified camera and therefore the Milky Way looks much better than on APS-C without an Astro modified camera here. But both looks very, very good. You see, you can also use here the APS-C camera to take good Astro pictures. And to show you the difference between a non-modified full frame camera, between a non-modified APS-C camera, I've used this picture here. You see, I've taken it with my Sony A7R III with a Tamron 17 to 28mm. I've used here an angle of 17mm for 30 seconds, but this is also a track picture here. And I've used an aperture of f2.8. And on the right side, the A6100 with the 16mm f1.4 Sigma lens for 50 seconds with an aperture of f1.4. And you see both are more or less comparable, but you see here on APS-C much more noise here on the mountains. The full frame picture is crispier. And the Milky Way core, let's go on 50%. Again, the Milky Way core looks crispier here, much better on full frame, but only if you zoom in. If you compare both pictures, yes, of course, the full frame picture looks better, but you can do also very good Astro pictures with the APS-C camera. And here again, another picture comparison with a non-Astro modified camera. I've used here the A7R III with the 24mm f1.4 G Master lens. I've used an aperture of f1.6 and 20 seconds. And on the right side, the A6100, the Sigma 60mm f1.4 contemporary. I've used here 10 seconds and also the equivalent focal length of 24mm. And here the same result. the Milky Way pops more out. Full frame, it's much brighter than APS-C, and you see it. This picture looks good. You see the Milky Way, but on full frame it pops more out. If we take a look at the Milky Way core, let's go on 50%, 33. It's much brighter and it looks better overall. And also less noise here on the full frame picture. And here another comparison. On the left side I've used here the Astro modified camera with the G Master lens, and I've tracked this for 38 seconds with an aperture of f1.6. And on the left side the A6100 with the 60mm Sigma lens with an aperture of f1.4 and 50 seconds. And you see, of course, with the Astro modified camera you have better colors. You see the nebula here, and without an Astro modified camera it looks like this here. But to be honest, both pictures looks very good, also on APS-C. And to summarize this test here, full frame is better for astrophotography, of course. You can catch much more light with a bigger sensor, and you have also very good lenses for astrophotography for full frame camera, like all the G Master lenses, very good Sigma and Tamron lenses. You have also good lenses for APS-C, but the smaller sensor is not able to catch that amount of light like a full frame camera. But as you saw, you can take also really good pictures with the APS-C camera. And if you are not a professional one and you want to take astro pictures from time to time, go with the APS-C camera. As you saw, you can also take very good pictures, and if you have the right lens, good conditions, you can take very good pictures from the Milky Way and the stars. So I hope this test had helped you, and if you liked it, I would appreciate if you can give me a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions about astrophotography or about the camera combination with these lenses, feel free to write your questions in the comment sections down below. I will try to answer every question. And if you want to see more videos about astrophotography, full frame or APS-C, please check all the other videos on my channel. I have a lot more videos about astrophotography with APS-C cameras and full frame cameras. See you next time.